with Mariah. Love, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my then what you talking about? Moving silent, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the Aston Martin, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these, I'm like Popeye on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. The captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can the men cast and grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new, she don't ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hand on my cause these. And I gotta make it back home, cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. You, cause these Philly, I bought with me, don't, no joke, no. All I know is, when it come to me, I got young. I done did it. Every time I'm in that, I get to throwing 30 G's, but now I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no collar. They let me earn back home, that young be wildin'. We young, we mobbin', like Batman or this two-door Maybach with my seat on reclining. I'm like, real wood up, real wood up. If you ain't about that game, then shut up. If you dip me in your rats, I get when you touch down in my hood. No, that tour life ain't good. Kept me down in MIA. And that heat game on wood. With that Puma life on my feet. Like that little engine I could. Boy, I slide down in your block. Bike on 12 o'clock. And they be throwing deuces on the same they watch. And I'm the king of my city, cause I'm still calling them shots. And these lanes talking that the same, that flop. I'm the same from Birch Street with them braids that lock. The same that came up and I had to wait for my spot. And he hating on me, waiting on me. Still on that hood, my Rolls Royce on E, they gon' remember me. I say remember me. So much money at your friends turn to your enemy. And when this beef, I turn my enemies. With them, they go for 40, ain't no tenant. Hold up, broke, turn rich. Love the game like Mitch. And if I leave, you think done pretty. It was something about that rollie when it first touched my wrist. Had me feeling like that boy when he first touched that. I'm gone. Woo!
Yo, I said they were coming for us, but that ain't make me no difference. Said they got something for nuts, but that ain't your ego, is it? Yo, thought I was coming one up, but I got my people clicking. Yeah, I can see yo, so ego driven. But I'm just a real G, I suppose. Tell the man put it on me, I suppose. The envy, I suppose. Could the girls get friendly, I suppose. But I'm just a real G, I suppose. Do it all for the family, I suppose. But we'll see how it goes. Hope I can stop maybe, but I won't. Baby, I'm the GOAT. Don't even chat to me about features, G. Gotta pay me for the quote. The price of the been rising, trying to get a beat for the low. I find it peak and I don't. In the kitchen, babe, leave me alone. I put ting and I heat up the stove. They got their eggs all up in one basket. Told them be smart, we ain't equally yoked. They can't speak to the watch them go weaker, the knees are hello. They always wanna catch up and reason, but the peas is the reason that I won't. How you get the least if you've been through the most? It beats me, I suppose. Yo, I said they were coming for us, but that ain't make me no difference. Said they got something for nuts, but that ain't your ego, is it? Yo, thought I was coming one up, but I got my people clicking. Yeah, I can see yo, so ego. Put it on me, I suppose. The envy, I suppose. Could the girls get friendly, I suppose.
ain't always going to be that easy, MP. Second chips is always harder than the first.
We know MP came ready to play.
If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word something along with your issue and seek location to 55555. A member of our relations team will respond immediately. Hey, something fans, be sure to be here for our next board game. Each and every one of you will get your very own Celtics Dance Team t-shirt. Don't miss us. Celtics fans, be here for our
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Tonight, it'll be the Utah Jazz going up against the Boston Celtics here in Boston. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Miami, they've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
Seeing where the Celtics are, they've shown their capabilities, but it's been in flashes. If they want to move up this list, it may take greater focus, greater commitment.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. Then it's Lowry Markkanen. Then it's George. And for the Celtics, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's prime time and at the point. Well, here we are, Greg, at the very start of the season, and many teams are still figuring things out.
And Kevin, you can't take any of these lineups as final just yet. Coaches might keep trying some new things, tinkering a little bit, and these teams are very much works in progress.
Outside Collins. Tatum against Markkanen. Here's Akio. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Boston. Tatum with it. Now defended by Markkanen. Pass to primetime. Here's Brown. And it's sent back by Kessler. Now here's Markkanen. Not a lot of room. Kessler passes to Collins. Looking for George. He gets it there. The Jazz working the ball around now. Good on the triple. Markkanen's got the game going here with the first basket for the Jazz.
Well, Markkanen's one of the more efficient, high-volume three-point shooters in the league.
Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to Dallas. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. He talked about the challenges that come with playing against Lauri Markkanen. Coach said you have to know where Lauri is at all times because he's so effective playing off the ball. He's a knockdown shooter and a smart cutter, and he moves extremely well for his size. This team's got a lot of respect for the mobile 7-footer. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Collins. After the made shot from primetime, 4 on the clock. The 3 from George. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
7'2", 240 pounds. Porzingis is a nightmare matchup for defenders.
Team foul. At the line for your Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis. At the line, shoot.
And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Down kicks to Tatum. The layup off target. Jazz have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. To the paint. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
Using his size inside, Collins refusing to settle for the layup and elects the dunk instead.
And the basket by Tatum.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Collins. And George with the stuff.
Well, that's what you want from George. He's most effective when he's attacking the rim.
Down low, primetime, lays it up and banks it in.
He's looking very confident so far. The defense is going to have to account for him.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 1. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Here's Tatum. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Tatum's got 5 now.
He's so good in that medium range area. Tatum can create space and shoot over the top of the defense.
From deep, George. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Pass to Brown. Over in the corner, White. Second chance shot, and it's Porzingis getting it to go. He has 5.
Well, just by hitting the offensive glass, Porzingis can pick up a lot of extra points.
And George, here we go.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Jazz trail by 3. Here's George. Primetime grabs the board. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And we've got a moment now to look at the highest scoring teams in the NBA from last season. Number 1, the Celtics.
Yeah, number 1 in the league in terms of points per game a season ago. They play as a team, just really unselfish in terms of their brand of basketball.
Long range from the inbound. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Well, Porzingis has a unique vantage point, so he can find those open guys others might miss.
Kessler, the screen to the middle, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Kessler.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Last year, getting it done. Last season put up about about 16 points a game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Well, this staff loves coaching him, and his teammates love playing with him. He's just an unselfish guy. Who makes everyone around him better.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Outside, Markkanen. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Celtics leading by 8. Brown finds White. Here's prime time. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Jazz have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Outside, George. Collins dishes to Markkanen. George looking around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And finished off by Collins.
Well, great to see in-sync offense like this. The pass is perfectly timed, and Collins rises up and puts it down.
You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
And Utah has possession. After the missed 3 from primetime, pass to Kessler. The Jazz working the ball around now. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics leading by 6. To the inside. Primetime. It's hauled in by George.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And here's Collins from outside. He can't get that one.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why. They've been able to get these good looks.
Second team foul.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Boston?
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And also, given the game is more... Fast pace nowadays. I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
And White kicks to Brown. Rebound, Utah.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Markkanen's got his second basket of the night. Celtics leading by 6. Inside. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. He had a strong showing last season. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to what you said, he was runner-up in the three-point accuracy category last season because no one could get him out of his rhythm. He was just unstoppable. And he comes up with the deuce. Markkanen's got his third basket of the night.
Look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
Good.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And the call will be against Primetime. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's already his second foul, and that puts the coach in a tough position.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Boston.
Pritchard.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Here's Sexton. No good. That would have tied it. The Celtics with the lead, so on the 4 for Utah. We've got Williams, and it's Hendricks in at the 5. Tatum, no good.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up with it.
The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Primetime in the last game against Detroit had a huge game. He finished with 49 points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. He really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Now, here's Sexton. He has 7. Here's Sensabaugh. Unloads. The rebound by Cater.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
Had the space there, but it's offline. Celtics leading by 3. Primetime, the pass to Tatum. Fades away. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now, here's Sexton. Here's Hendricks. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Hendricks has got 5 points now in the quarter.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
Outside Holiday. Over to the left wing. Pritchard passes to Primetime. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Primetime's got 18 points. Pass to Sexton. Shot from 12. Jump shot is good. He's got 9.
A dynamic scorer. Sexton will absolutely take the mid-range J if you give it to him.
Here's Pritchard. Still scoreless. And here's Tatum for 3. Rebound by Williams. And it's Williams with the ball for the Jazz. They trail by 1.
And you watch Jason Tatum.
year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Look, that's just great work on the boards. Effort dictates success on the glass more than size.
Prime time drills the three-pointer. Time's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Celtics.
Well, that's his third three-pointer in this game, and 2 of those came in the second, so he might be heating up.
Left side, Sexton. Rebound by the Celtics. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
That shot wide open.
A team player through and through. Get open, and Sexton will send the ball your way.
Pritchard passes to Prime time. Celtics passing it around. The tray. Yes, and it's Holiday. With the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Sensabaugh. Outside Williams. This one for 3. And Tatum pulls it down.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
And it's Prime time missing. Jazz trail by 4. It's Williams with the drive. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Williams has got 5.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
To the middle. It's deflected. Outside, Sexton. There's a good screen. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Boston's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Going with an almost entirely new group. While we have a chance, let's now take a look at the teams that top the league in shooting from beyond the arc. Number 1, the Celtics.
You know, they went through stretches when they just didn't miss from beyond the arc. I mean, that carried them right to the top of that list.
And it's Prime time missing. Utah trailing here. Here's Sensabaugh. Last time, 14 points for him. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, the combination of size and scoring ability Markkanen possesses is special, which is why he draws so many fouls.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Lauri Markkanen, 2 shots.
free throw good for Markkanen. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Now, here's Brown. 6 points for him. Prime time shot is good.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
Outside, Markkanen. Collins looking around. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Well, John Collins was a force in his first few years, Stan, but hasn't seemed to match that level of success since that time. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think there's a few reasons, Kevin. Number one, I just think it's a lot about opportunity, and he went from being the number 2 guy on a team to being the 3rd, 4th, even at times 5th guy on the floor, so he's not getting as much opportunity. He doesn't have as much opportunity some of his minutes as a center now, and that was always where he could get a quickness advantage. So even where he is now, though, this guy is a very good player and has gotten to the point. He's underrated.
And now look at the upcoming schedule for the Jazz. On Friday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Saturday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together. Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, "We can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger." Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. They are stacked, DA, for sure. Boston leading by 3. Elbow shot. No good that time.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Great look. Just couldn't finish.
Here's Markkanen. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, Markkanen is just such an effective scorer. He makes the most of his opportunities.
And it's sent back by Kessler. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. You know, talking to Keontae George, he credits film watching for much of his success. I like that kind of element he brought up.
Yeah, they say he also spends a lot of time talking to veterans on the team, seeks advice from them and coaches. He's a real student of the game, and that has helped speed up the process for him.
Boy, a guy like that, Coach, has got to be fun to coach.
Yeah, those are the guys you look at.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 3. Time now for the halftime break, with the 3rd quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
You know, right now for Utah, they've played below average basketball coming out the gates. They were hoping for more. They were talking a good game in the preseason, but they have not been.
And as we review this first half for the Celtics, still anybody's game.
You look at the numbers, they're getting to the line over.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from primetime.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
White in at shooting guard with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's prime time and at the 1 spot. That's the Boston 5. The shot by George, no good.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Pass to Kessler. Lays it up off the glass. Kessler's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Utah. Deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Markkanen.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
Here's Primetime, cranes it from beyond the arc. Primetime's got 33 points.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Collins kicks to Markkanen. Pass to George. Collins against Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Collins.
He must have been feeling it. The opposition hit one, and Collins wanted it back.
Here's Primetime. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
For the lead. And it's White with the rebound. And so White will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Akia, light covering. And here's George for 3. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Primetime, the pass to Porzingis. Chalk up 2 there. Porzingis has got 11 points.
Well, for Porzingis, that's just easy money. I keep going to that until they stop it.
George finds Kessler. Porzingis comes with the double team. And stolen by White. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive, so there's a balance.
Kicks it out to Collins. Another miss by Utah.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
Well, that third quarter is when you want to increase your lead. Really building it up before that final quarter.
Markin in a screen on White. They can't stop the run with that one.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And George kicks to Markkanen. Shot clock at 5. Back to George. Shoots from 12. Nice jump shot. Good. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Boston.
Porzingis sets the pick for White. Good on the three-point shot. White's got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Markkanen can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. And it's sent back by Kessler. Pass to George. And there's the drive. And it's George finishing it off.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
Markkanen with the block. Pass to George. Kicks it out to Collins. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, when you're not right up on Collins, he senses that, and he can make you pay off the catch.
Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Pass to George. Launches it. The rebound by the Celtics. Primetime's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Tatum with it. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Pritchard, he's checked in for Derek White. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that were tops in field goal percentage last season. Number 1, the Celtics.
They were remarkable in terms of their efficiency on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they did a great job of finding the open man and working for great looks. Really just an unselfish group.
Pass to Primetime. Celtics passing it around. There's the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Primetime's got 38 points.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Here's Collins, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Jason Tatum. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just, excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
Akio, the rebound by the Celtics. Porzingis has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Tatum passes to Brown and finished off by Brown.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets... solid interior positioning. He's focused on jamming.
Three-pointer. And the three ball is good. He's got 6.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Here's prime time. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. And Tatum's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contribution. He has tormented this defense tonight.
Hendricks passes to Sexton. Now Kessler. Here's Akiel. Rebounded by Tatum. Tatum's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the paint. Here's prime time. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sensabaugh is checked in. And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates, is a big part of it.
The 3 from Tatum. There's Tatum's range on display.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Tipped away. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. Here's Primetime. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Primetime's got 45 points. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Celtics?
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Well, Collins is a guy that when he takes over, you're going to have to get 2 or 3 guys on him to try to slow him down.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Jazz trail by 13. And here's Sexton. He's got 9.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And for the Celtics, they're shooting. Certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Over in the corner, Brown. Pass to Primetime. Off target from outside. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz to the inside. Hendricks passes to Clarkson. Down low, here's Sexton. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Brown's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Primetime, defended by Sexton. Shot from free throw range. And it's John Collins with the rebound. Jazz trail by 11. Here's Sensabaugh. And he trims the lead to single digits. Sensabaugh's got 6 in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now Brown. He's got 12. It's good.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Pass to Sensabaugh. 55 seconds left to play here in the third. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Collins.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And he makes the first. Williams is checked in for the Jazz.
Number 28.
Both free throws good from Primetime.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Sexton on the wing. No good from outside.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Seconds left in the third quarter. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, nice execution off the inbounds. They caught the defense napping on the perimeter.
Clarkson surveying the floor. 11 seconds left to play in the third. The open look here for Sexton. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Sexton's got 12 points in the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Celtics. They lead by 11. And right after this, we'll bring you to for the Celtics. And Utah also making a switch. Okashevsky's checked in for Williams. Here's Sexton. Pass to Hendricks. Outside, Sexton. Here's Sensabaugh. Guarded by Holiday. Outside for Sexton. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Celtics leading by 12, so on the floor for Utah. Sexton is the point. Clarkson is in at 2. Then there's Pokusevski. And it's Sensabaugh in at the small forward position. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Pokusevski, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
Boston making a switch here. Kate is checked in.
Pokusevski. One shot.
Good from Pokusevski.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And Holiday has it in the corner to the middle. Here's Primetime. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Primetime's got 57 points.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy.
Well, he's been doing a great job of making something out of nothing, especially on the offensive glass.
A fine shooter from deep. Clarkson has a good feel for when to let it fly.
And the call will be against Primetime. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
And that fourth foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Now, here's Sexton. Guarded closer. Pass to Pokusevski. Clarkson for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Primetime's shot is good. 59 points for Primetime.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Clarkson missing again.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Jazz trail by 13. Pass to Sensabaugh. Outside for Sexton. The Jazz working the ball around now. Good work there as it goes.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Outside Tatum. Outside Holiday. Utah with the rebound. Sexton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Clarkson outside. Lets it go from deep. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his 5th rebound in this one. Primetime. Second chance effort. He got it again. Sensational.
He's put on an entertaining show once again. I don't know that anyone has his combination of talent and relentlessness.
He's now tied for 5th place in games of 60 points or more over a season. Tatum dishes to Holiday. Here's Primetime. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Sexton deciding where to go with it. To the paint. Ball stolen. Inside. Here's Primetime. And he finishes nicely on the layup. 63 points for Primetime.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
Zingas, he's checked in for Boston. Brown comes in for Drew Holiday. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. Coach not happy with the team. He told them, come on, we have to value the basketball. We're just giving it away. We'll see if they listen, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. That one's not going to go. Jazz trail by 12. Pass to Collins. Fires the 3. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Primetime. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 66 points for Primetime.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Drives to the hoop. Pass to Markkanen. In the corner, Collins with it. Just 3 to shoot. Takes a 3. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down to 9. They're back within single digits after that one from Markkanen. Brown the pass to Primetime. Here's Pritchard. And here's Tatum for 3. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And George kicks to Markkanen. From past the arc. And Pritchard pulls it down. Boston leading by 9. Here's Primetime. Connects again from distance.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. George with the ball. Markkanen sets the pick for George. And a miss there on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Primetime. Yet another bucket.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Here's Achiel. That's tipped.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Drills it from outside. Pritchard's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Here's Achiel. And the layup's good off the glass.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101. But boy, is it working. Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And George kicks to Collins. Pass to Markkanen. No good on the triple. Celtics leading by 18. Now Tatum. He's guarded by Collins. Out to the wing. Here's Primetime. And the three off target. The Jazz shooting at 42% in this final quarter. George up top. Right wing. Here's Achiel. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 5th assist in this one. The Celtics shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late. Here's Primetime. Good. That's another bucket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Jazz trail by 17. Kessler passes to Collins. Outside, George. Here's Achiel. And Utah, another three.
Can you even believe this is the same guy? What a difference here in the second half.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis, a solid shooter from the line.
And that one misses. Derek White's checked in for Pritchard.
At the line for 2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Jazz shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. And George, here we go.
Well, defenses will try to bully a guy of George's size, but he handles himself well against the foul.
That free throw, no good.
Shooting for Utah. George taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
And then Collins slams it in.
He can slam it with the best of them. Collins with an all-star weekend-worthy dunk there.
And that one falls for Collins. Celtics leading by 11. Here's Primetime. A rebound by the Jazz. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Markkanen, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Well, Markkanen's height, it's such an advantage in that mid-range area.
Here's Brown. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Now, here is George. Here's Achiel. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Primetime. And White kicks to Brown. Here's Primetime. Again, the miss by the Celtics. On offense, here are the Jazz. They're on a 14-5 run. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, the way Markkanen plays inside is exactly what that coaching staff wants.
And Markkanen drops them both. Celtics leading by 7. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. .102 left in the game. And it's Primetime missing. Utah is shooting it well here in the fourth quarter. 50%. Left side, George. No good with the triple. Here's Boston now. They led by as many as 18 points. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Utah calls timeout. 44 seconds left to play here in the fourth. to Markkanen. And it's off from three-point range. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Tatum passes to Primetime. It's good from long range. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Driving to the basket. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Reed touched it last.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that'll do it, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Olin, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood.